Trump's presidency. 308 comes to a level playing field. 176 plus 132. Princess Diana. We'll see when those moments come. They're coming at some point. I wanted to thank David and Deborah for your recent PayPals, and some others as well that have come in. I'll mention you guys tomorrow. So thank you. David's out in Australia, Tasmania. Anyone that does send a PayPal will get a personal message, a note, thank you from me, and I'll shout you out in the show as well. So the link is below. Link's below. So appreciate that. Thank you, guys and girls. Thank you. 308. So the Clarity Act. I saw something on that today. What is the Clarity Act? So in numbers, the Clarity Act comes to, well, Clarity is 88 Trump. Act is 24, which is X, makes me think of the X coins. And the Clarity Act, that comes to 112, which is Victory, Star Trek. But the Clarity Act is 145, which is Red Team, Blue Team, which is Sonny Hayes. And when Sonny Hayes wins the race in the F1 film, everything happens. It all flips. But he's able to fulfill part of the RV before the race at Abu Dhabi. That's a couple of weeks away now. So we'll see what comes. And but it's interesting when I discovered that. I was like, oh, the Clarity Act. A lot of people are saying that's been pushed back into 2026. But who knows, maybe something will trigger it and they'll get it done straight away. I did see some comments a few days ago saying that they could do it maybe this week. I don't know if that's accurate. The most recent stuff is saying it will be in 2026. But maybe something will change and they're able to do it this week. So we'll see. We'll see what will happen. I could see it going up. I could see it going down. I could see it doing anything. So I don't know. I don't know an answer to that. I'm not the one consciously pulling the lever. Not that I'm aware of anyway. I still think at some level, well, we're Q, and one version of us is in control of all of this and knows what's happening, and then it's feeding us Easter eggs along the way to give us hope and faith as we continue. So Texas in the house. There you go. There you go. So we'll see what comes. We will see what comes, folks. We'll see what comes. Have you noticed my hair's getting thicker and my eyebrows? Did you see that? So I've been having, you can see here, I've got my AHA Halo and it's on thicker hair setting. And it seems to be doing the trick because it's getting thicker than it was, which is cool, which is great. So you can click the link below if you want it. I have it with me everywhere, as you know. But you can start to see, look, it's getting thicker, darker, bushier. Who saw my video I put out of me singing Do They Know It's Christmas? I put that out on my Twitter and on my TikTok. Hey, Ray. Well, there you go, buddy. You can see how I've changed over the last few weeks and months. So there it is. AHA Halo. Scalar has many benefits, but after a period of time you start to see the benefits. So there you go. There you go. Did anyone see my singing of the song? Do they know it's Christmas? Hey, David. I put that out on TikTok and on Twitter. I might put it on the Tom Numbers Show on my YouTube on the other channel. So look out for that. But you can always go and check it out on Twitter and TikTok and enjoy it. something that was interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday. Maybe I did. Might have done. I tweeted about it. So, Back to the Future 2, where Marty goes into the future, was released on November 22nd back in 1989. And that's the one that shows Fauci, well, Jaws 19, Fauci 19, COVID 19. There's a Trump that actually walks across the town square when Marty's in the future in 2015. You know what's interesting? I don't think I consciously thought that before. So the numbers started for me in 2015. President Trump came down the escalator in 2015. That's when I met Ivanka Trump in 2015. And then he announced his presidency. He ran in 2016. He won in 2016, and he was inaugurated in 2017. They mentioned John F. Kennedy Drive in the first Back to the Future. And Lorraine Baines' father says, "Who's John F. Kennedy?" Because they're in 1955, so he wasn't a prominent politician then. And so, or not, Lorraine Baines' father didn't know who he was anyway. But then in Back to the Future 2, the release date is November 22nd. So maybe get them, maybe get TikTok and Twitter as well, because I put stuff out there as well. So it's just a way you can see more of my content. But yeah, 2015 is Back to the Future in part 2. And you see a MAGA Donald Trump walking across like a tall. He's in like a kind of orange, coppery, like kind of bomber jacket. Not bomber. That's okay to say on here, YouTube. It's not a buzzword. It's a style of a jacket, a coat, like a kind of sports, just a jacket. And he's wearing a red MAGA cap. You don't see MAGA on it, but it's a red MAGA cap, and he's got the Donald Trump golden hair. And it's just before Marty sees the hologram of the of Jaws 19, Fauci 19, which is interesting. It's good because people are all over Back to the Future now. I've been talking about it for 5.5, almost 6 years now. 88 Trump, I was the one that told everyone that, and people are on it now, which is cool. Back to the Future is 176, which is November the 5th. Level playing field 176. Hey Karen, Indiana. Hey Keena. There you go. Cool. There you go. You've been playing a lot of 310 to Humor a lot. Okay, cool, Wendy. Good. When you should be playing it, how do you mean? Hey Stephen. No, mate. You said sorry last week, and I said no problem, buddy. Do you remember? I wondered where you've been this week. I'm glad you're back. All good, mate. No worries. Yeah, Back to the Future 176. Cool. So we've got 109 in the chat right now, which comes to the word 17, 43 thumbs up. Hit the hype and like button if you would. The hype helps. The likes help as well. And subscribes help. Subscribes help. Subscriptions help. Subscribing helps. So let's see what these next couple of weeks bring. We'll see what happens in the markets. We'll see what happens in the news. We'll see what happens politically. Remember, political. So the word politics is 111, which is illusion. You know, everything's an illusion, really. And it's trying to decipher. It's trying to get out of the paper bag of reality and punch past that paper wall and break into the new world. And that's what we're attempting to do. That's what we are doing. Does that make sense, that analogy? We got 119, which is redemption. Which is Nikola Tesla. We got 54, thumbs up, which is love. Orbs, scalar. Scalar frequency is 54. 56 is also healing, which is light. Blue Jay. Hey, Brandy. So we'll take the next couple of weeks to see where it gets us to. The interesting thing about that race, the McLaren was disqualified. And if you go back to, let's refresh your memories on this. So when the F1 film came out, which I watched 27 times because I knew it was laden with codes that we're looking at. Remember, there's an Easter egg, there's a Trump Easter egg in there. You see the Trump Las Vegas hotel in plain sight when they're talking about a key part of the movie. They talk about 322 kilometers per hour when they're in Woking in the Apex GP principal building, but which is based on the real building of the McLaren building, and that's in Woking. And Woking, I did a code a couple of years ago, almost, maybe a year and a half, 3/4 ago, saying that 322 Woking, there's a military dome underneath there, and it even marks it with the road. So the A322 is the road that runs past Woking. And then just chatting with my friend last night, I was like, oh yeah, of course, McLaren, that's why they've got disqualified. So they're showing, they're pointing to it again because Epstein's connected to Andrew. Andrew had his pizza in Woking. Woking is the home of McLaren, the F1 team, and they just got disqualified. Both their drivers got disqualified in the F1 race, which is pointing towards probably a Verstappen victory. There could be another twist in the tail, but it's interesting that they did it then. And I'd been talking about a 322 in Vegas. So if you did what was it? The Heineken Las Vegas Grand Prix, I believe it's that. The Heineken Las Vegas Grand Prix. That comes to 322 or 355. 355 is the 322, which is the military industrial complex, and 322 is military industrial complex. So we didn't see anything per se under Vegas, but what they did is they disqualified the two teams, and they dropped points, but it points all the way back to England with Woking and the 322. 322 is Skull and Bones number, which is military industrial complex, which is 322, which is Jeffrey Epstein, a week to remember 322. So if we got that coming up, probably at some point, I think there will be a Jeffrey Epstein week to remember at some point quite soon. So you can see how clever all this is, you see. So we're on target, we get these codes, and then it's always something slightly different, but it's attached to it. And that's what's going on. That's what keeps happening, you see. Hi, Alex. Or Alexis. Hey, Marty. So that's how it works, folks. That's what happens. Yeah, McLaren. McLaren is in Woking, in England, in Surrey. McLaren, Woking is where Prince Andrew was declared to the world that he doesn't sweat. Clones don't sweat, apparently. So that's how it works, folks, you see. And then we've got 127 in the chat right now, which is industrial. And now it's jumped to 140. So it just went from 127 to 140. 140 is top number. So what I'm saying to you is correct, you see. That's what happens. That's how it works. That's how it works, folks. Hit the hype button if you would. Someone did a calculation a couple of weeks ago saying if we get X amount of hypes, then we'll get into the top 100 YouTube channels, which will be cool. Yep, 7-Eleven and 9-11. 7-Eleven, 9-11. 7-Up. 7/11, 9/11. Hey Darlene, how you doing? So yeah, they're pointing to that. So from F1, McLaren is based in Woking. The road that drives past Woking is A322. 322 is the Skull and Bones number. 322 is Jeffrey Epstein cloning facility. Andrew said he doesn't sweat. Apparently clones don't sweat. You see how all this keeps coming back around on itself, folks. So at some point they're going to pull the plug, and they say in the film that it's the end of the season, which is the Abu Dhabi race, and then the other film with Abu Dhabi and a racing car in it with number 17Q on the racing car is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So yeah, it's almost like we kind of get 60% hits. There's always something, and there's always a turn. We don't know exactly what's coming right around the corner, but we're on track. We keep going, and we eventually get to the pit stops, and we refuel, and we go to the next bit, and eventually we finish the race. So that's what's happening, folks. That's the best way to describe it. Because I wouldn't have been able to, won't be able to have done, but I haven't been able to, they didn't predict that McLaren will get disqualified. But one McLaren, no one else did, but they did. And then it might take you to the facility. It might, who knows, we might see some more attention around that facility, and then what's under that facility. And then that will take you back over to the Utah Valley University, which is where Charlie Kirk was shot. And the Utah Valley University is 322 in numbers, you see. Barack Hussein Obama is 163, which is Jeffrey Epstein, 163. Plus Gustavo Fring from Breaking Bad is 159. Add those together, it's 322. See, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones itself doesn't equal 322. It's the number that they adopted and used as their kind of banner. Most of you will understand that, but some of you might not. But that's what's happening, folks. That's how it works. That's how the numbers work, and that's how they produce strange anomalies. That's how they produce predictions. That's how they future-proofs past. That's what's happening. That's how it happens. So we've got 151 in the chat right now. That's just changed, but 151 is Drain the Swamp. Remember, swamp is 72, which is Bitcoin. 72 is numbers. Sorry, not numbers. 72 is money. 72 is first. So Drain the Swamp, 151. Jasara the Reset, 151. Jesus Christ, 151. Lady Diana Spencer, 151. Ivanka Bushnell, 151. There you go. It's a cheeky one. Fun one from a past life. Future life again, perhaps, probably. But 151 is Drain the Swamp, which is also Drain the Bitcoin. And a lot of people on that bandwagon now that Bitcoin will get drained. Looks probable. It looks probable. Maybe they'll do something else with it as well, because we've seen with all of this, there's always something that we didn't see until it only makes sense once it appears. But it's doable. It's probable. Once the world, a lot of people out there know about Bitcoin, but still the masses don't, because they haven't featured on the mainstream media. That's the thing, you see. So when the mainstream media starts to report on it, that's when it will start to go. And who's in charge of the mainstream media? The White House. All the executive orders point that they're in charge of that. We know they're in charge of that. So it's when they have chosen for that best probable outcome to pull the plug, and that's what will take place. And hopefully it's sooner rather than later. I think it will be sooner. I don't see this going on too much longer, but it's also a transition as well. So it's a transition President Trump said it'll be a smooth transition. A smooth transition, that's what it is. Transition to greatness is 282. 88 miles per hour is 282. Emmett Brown said when this baby reaches 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. What's the serious shit he's talking about? Hey, good to see you too, buddy. That's it, Mel. We've got to hold the light. Keep holding the light. I am the light. You are the light. We are the light. We keep holding the light. So we've got 175 consciousness in the chat, and then 87 truth, justice, Stella, Sonny, Monty. There we go. So we keep holding the light, seeing what's coming, be prepared, and enjoy our lives as well. Hey Stephen, yeah. We keep going. We keep going. Yeah, we love the white hats. We're white hats. We're the ones in plain sight. And we keep doing our best to help raise the frequency, help raise the vibration, hold the line. And then when the time is right, we charge forward. And then we bunk it down and we charge forward again. That's what we've got to do. That's what we keep doing. Yep, we keep climbing the mountain. Sonny Hayes at the wheel. There you go. Remember, Hayes is 58 XRP. Sonny is 87 Stellar. Sonny Hayes 145. The Clarity Act 145. Do we see the Clarity Act brought into being before 2026? It's possible. It's possible. Or maybe it is early 2026 and that's when it all goes. We'll see. We're going to find out one way or the other. But Sonny Hayes, as he finishes the race, 145, the Clarity Act 145. The Genius Act is 132, which is the life of Chuck, which is sinkhole plus 39. 39 is 10. I predicted a massive sinkhole. There'll still be many, but I predicted a sinkhole on Twitter, probably almost a couple months ago now. And 10 days later, a sinkhole appeared. 10 is 39, sinkhole 93, adding together is 132. The life of Chuck. The life of Chuck. They talk about sinkholes in there. That's where I got the codes for, you see. And then up it popped. Up it popped. A sinkhole in Thailand. Thailand 69, checkmate, people, wealth, 69. And we got 93 thumbs up, there you go, as I'm talking about sinkholes, you see. You can see how this works, folks, you see. Even though we get suppressed, the numbers get manipulated to confirm what we're talking about at any given moment. So, you know. I'm sure they could do it with multiples of thousands each time as the channel reflects, but we'll keep going, we'll keep doing what we've got to do. Draining the swamp, there you go. Drain the swamp. Draining the swamp's 181. There you go. Good one. Yeah, draining the swamp is 181. Drain the swamp is 151. Pull the plug is 150. You've seen The Life of Chuck, there you go. Yeah, it's an interesting movie. Could have been better, I think, but the first half is definitely, first third, the first act is definitely worth watching. I think that's the best part of the film. When they see the stars vanishing, and it gives the indications of a new world. Words have two to three meanings, yeah. It was kind of confusing, yeah. It was kind of confusing. But the bits that stood out to me were the bit about the sinkholes. Yeah. So the ones to watch if you're going to go to the movies, I definitely watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't. If F1, that's out on streaming now, I'd watch that if you haven't done so. Udo Kier. Didn't know that. But Iron Sky. They do talk about Iron Eagle, don't they, in the Q posts. Nuremberg as well, that's out right now. So that dovetails with President Trump talking about tribunals and treason. They got Nuremberg out right now in cinema, so that's getting people ready. It's getting them ready. So I think those sorts of things, hopefully we'll start to see all that in 2026. Maybe we get a nice Christmas, a really great Christmas. One of the Q posts talks about enjoying Christmas. So let's hope it's this Christmas. Maybe we get an RV or a partial RV with the cryptos. Maybe a flip with Bitcoin and Epstein. Everyone has a Merry Christmas, and then maybe it prepares, batten down the hatches. Or will they batten down the hatches? I don't know. Maybe life will continue as it is, but they might have broadcasts on continually. I mean, the emergency broadcast is mentioned in The Life of Chuck. Sinkholes, numerous sinkholes, not just the one, not just the Thailand one, but numerous ones. And then tribunals have to come in, so maybe it is 26. Might be 26 in numbers. I say 26, 20, 26. 26 is game. It's card. It's God. 2026. If you do 20 plus 26, it's 46, which is best. Maybe that will be the best time, the best year. We'll see. We'll see what comes. But Christmas in numbers is 110. The president. It's Trump plus MAGA. So it's 88 plus 22 MAGA, or Trump deal. Yeah. That's what we need. Tell us more about your sink in South Wales. How big? Whereabouts? What part of South Wales is it? So cousin Paul's in the chat. He's watching. 208, and then he just went. It's now 214. 107 is quantum, eternal life. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to those this week. It's this week, isn't it? Thursday. Near Merthyr. Okay, Pant Merthyr. Okay, interesting. Is that near Merthyr Tydfil? I know Merthyr Tydfil. Haven't been there for years, but is that near Merthyr Tydfil? Pant Merthyr. Is that where it is? Okay, cool. In the valleys. I've not been to the valleys for a long time, but I used to go there a fair bit back in the day. Yeah, the valleys. The Welshies, the valleys. So it's overcast, rainy there, but there's a bit of a break in the clouds behind me. So we're getting maybe some sun there, which is cool. Over main news coverage. Okay, so is it today? Did it happen today? I don't watch the mainstream news, but is it today? If it is, I'll look out for that. If it's today, if it happened today, if it's on the news today. Cool. All right, folks, we'll hit the hype button and like and share. And thank you again to Deborah and to David for their PayPals, and I'll thank a couple more of you tomorrow for your PayPals. And anyone that does a PayPal between now and tomorrow, I will give you a personal thank you on PayPal, and I'll also mention you by name here on the show. So God bless everyone. Links below for PayPal. Thanks, Stephen. I'm glad you love the show. It's good to have you back. All right, everyone. Godspeed. See what happens tomorrow. Much love. You take care.